you asked about taking notes and talking about brew time and all that stuff. So I think maybe what people were seeing in my brew log was like a under 2 minutes brew time. So basically what I told him was I try to get 2 minutes brew time when I'm doing a pour over per se. And this is basically how I'll do it. I'll test one. I'll test one grind size. Since it doesn't tell you, right? It doesn't tell you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or anything like that. You're just going to have to kind of play with it. Test it, look at how big the grinds are, brew it, and then I like to pour them here, like see, into cupping bowls, and then just literally try it, you know. There was this tool called a TDS meter, or, you know, whatever, so total dissolved solids, and it would let you know how much you extracted from a certain brew, and you would drop a you know, some amount of that coffee that you brewed into this TDS meter. Looks like this. So coffee percentage TDS. This is like in the thousands of dollars, right? So I'm not going to have anything like this. You would drop it, yep, into there, and it would tell you, and it would give you a number, and it would let you know how much you actually extracted. So you could actually see if you were under extracted, over extracted, blah, 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 right? And there's an actual graph, TDS coffee graph. So it looks something like this, right? Oh, this is in Russian. Here we go. So we're trying to be here. We're looking for this probably number, right? Right in here. And this is awesome. I would love to be doing this, like, you know, at home and everything. But yeah, I don't have that tool. So the alternative, which involves a lot of math, which I never got into, is this TDS meter. This is the alternative. You get one of these guys, which I do have. TDS meter. You drop this in the coffee. It's highly temperature sensitive. I never made a video on it because I didn't get a good system down, and I kind of got like frustrated with it. This involves a little bit more math and the calculations and all this stuff. I don't know, I'm not really into it. So I now go based upon just like flavor. If I'm getting bitter stuff, I'm telling myself, you know, it's over extracted. If I'm getting sort of hollowness, if I'm getting any sort of just like an uneven cup, you know, I could ask myself, is it the brew? And I'll check my brew and I'll check everything that I did, and I'll be like, if that checks out, you know, if I could confidently say that the brew was good, then I'll go to the roast. Is it an older coffee? Is that what I'm tasting? Is it, was the middle phase like really short or something? You know, things like that. So being able to diagnose the problem so I can not, you know, do that and have it taste the best that it can taste. That's the whole point of this, you know. Yeah, that's the question to your answer. So I go based on taste, because you could really get scientific with it and do this thing, right? The TDS meter thingy. Yeah, mine looks exactly like this. I just don't use it very much. I couldn't really get a good handle or good grip on collecting data, because I would have to wait until I'd have to really just set aside a day, I think, and like go through a lot of coffee. And I'd have to have a lot of coffee that was roasted at the right time and all that stuff. So just a lot of parameters to run this experiment. And like, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. So maybe, but you could, you know, and run that experiment. I think I'll definitely do that at some point. I'll have to run this type of experiment, and I'm gearing up to that. I'm in the practice of trying to work in coffee. Like, what would it be like to really work in coffee for the long run? You know, what does it feel like to just dedicate? So here, see, I'm just tasting. Like, I'm just going to test it. You know, I could use my TDS meter and all of that stuff, but there's too many other variables that are kind of getting in the way to actually run a solid experiment. So it doesn't feel worth it to me at this time. In that, like, I can only brew one at a time. and they're all going to be at highly different temperatures because I can't brew them all the same. You know, if I had maybe like a pour over station, which I always wanted so that I could run the proper tests, meaning that I would brew one, right? And that takes a certain amount of time. And I got to wait for the water to heat up again and then brew another one. This has cooled quite a bit before I get to the second one. You know what I'm saying? So like to me, the experiment is just really fallible to where I'm like, I don't even want to try, like, but maybe later for sure. I want to do that and really get into the nitty gritty of things. But I'll leave that to, other coffee nerds. The point I'm trying to make is like, just taste it. Does it taste bitter? Does it taste under, like, do you like it? And that's what I'm trying to get at when I do this sort of thing. And just trying to get a good good handle of what my customers may be tasting for sure. All right. Okay, that's it. We're going to get down to the lab today. I'm picking up new coffees this week. I'm very excited. I'm going to share with you guys some other stuff that, I'm going to speak with Nathan, my designer, and hopefully hire him to design some labels we're going to do it. We're going to do it. But yeah, I hope that helped, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.